me welcome those who are joining us online through our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm delighted that you all are here with us this morning. And we have a wonderful, wonderful service in store this morning. My name is Twana Malone. I'm the senior minister here at the Center of Peace. And this morning we have our licensed professional practitioners assisting us in our service this morning. We have leading us in our meditation, our morning practices this morning, Marilyn Watkins. Leading us in our treatment, our affirmative prayer this morning is Trisha Grady. Leading us in our selected and sacred readings this morning is Barbara Jones. Holding consciousness for us this morning, knowing the truth about our time together and its unfolding in the most wonderful and magnificent way, we have Kutia Thompson and Jackie Jackson. Our music today is being sung forth through Miss Marcy Francis, and Will is here with her. We have Al, we have Vern, and we have Nicole in the back on the ones and twos. We have greeting all who walk into our space this morning, Tony Bay. And this morning we have ringing our chakra bowl, Cynthia Banks. The ringing of the chakra bowl is an opportunity for us to bring our attention and our awareness and to become so present in the presence itself as we let everything else go. So that's what's happening when Cynthia is ringing the chakra bowl. It's an invitation to be present. So with that, I think we are all set and ready. I'm going to turn it over to Marilyn.
Good morning. Okay. Let us all close our eyes, if you so choose. Relax your body. Relieve, let go of any tension, any feelings of stress, and make the decision to be present. Present and aware. This is a guided meditation. The visualization part is called Blossoming Rose, and it is by Robert Asagioli. Slowly inhale, slowly exhale. Imagine yourself in a beautiful garden on a pleasant day. Many beautiful plants are all around you, but one in particular attracts your attention, a rose bush. Imagine a rose bush with many flowers and buds. Now turn your attention to one of the buds. The bud is still enclosed in its green leaves or sepals, but at the very top, a radiantly colored point can be seen. Focus on this image, holding it in the center of your awareness. Now, in a slow movement, the green leaves or sepals start to separate, turning their points outwards and revealing the radiantly colored petals, which are still closed. The green leaves or sepals continue to open until you can see the whole bud. Next, the petals also begin to unfold, slowly separating until a fragrant, fully opened rose is seen. At this stage, try to smell the perfume of the rose with its characteristic and unmistakable scent. Now imagine that a ray of sunlight shines on the rose, giving it light and warmth. Take a few moments to experience the sunlit rose. Look at the very center of the rose. In the center of the rose, you see transforming power. You see this transforming power in whatever form your consciousness may reveal it to you. Now, identify yourself with the rose. Imagine that you become the rose, or that you take the whole flower inside of yourself. Be aware that the rose and the transforming power are always within you, and that you can get in touch with them and draw on their qualities whenever you choose. Symbolically, you are the flower with a center of pure self-awareness and transforming power. From this center, you can become aware of all the other flowers in the garden, a great variety of flowers with one thing in common. They all have centers of pure self-awareness and transforming power. Take a few more deep breaths, and when you're ready, open your eyes return your attention to the room. And so it is.
Good morning. And just knowing that Spirit is here as each and every one of us, as love, as peace, as harmony, as unity between us. Spirit is the chill in the air, the breeze that flows past us. Spirit is complete and total harmony. Spirit is all that is. We are one with its beauty, its love. We are one with its connectivity. We're one with its volition, its choice, its resonance is flowing through us at all times. And I'm knowing that this day is God-filled. This moment is filled with all that is needed. And that with that choice, that volition that is ours, in this moment I choose that this service is full of all that is needed, that Spirit moves each and every one of us to clarity, to understanding, that all that is flowing through Reverend T will be Spirit to guide and uplift us in this moment. All that is flowing through the musicians, through the greeters, through the technical team is Spirit in form for our comfort, for our love, and knowing that all is well. And I'm grateful for this teaching, for knowing that Spirit is within me and within each and every one of you. And together, we know that this is so. And as we move into this day, I just know that all is well, and I release these words into the law of mind, knowing that it is done, it is so. And together we say, and so it is.
Oh. Thank you, Tricia, for that wonderful treatment, a beautiful affirmative prayer. And thank you, Marilyn, for leading us this morning in that meditation. It was wonderful. I'd like to bring your attention now, or call your attention now, to the reading of our vision and our mission, as I ask that you hold it in your mind's eye with us. See it as a realized experience in our lifetime. Our vision, you can find it to the right of me and behind me. There are QR codes in the back of the chair where you can download our vision and our mission. Our vision: a loving and peaceful world where all of humanity is honored as the divinity within is experienced. And our mission: the center of peace is a loving, inclusive, and vibrant community that utilizes and demonstrates spiritual principles and practices to cultivate powerful individuals who together create peace throughout the world. And so it is. And now I'd like to invite you to stand and join in the singing of our congregational song, I'm One. This song was written by our retired licensed professional practitioner, Bayless Webb. You can find the lyrics to the song, again, if you download from the QR code that's in the back of your chairs. There's also some lyrics that have been printed that are being passed around. All right, Al, we're ready.
I'm one with Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and it dwells inside of me. This perfect Spirit, pure loving Spirit, rests in everything I see. God walks beside me, protects and guides me. It's ever with me. Where'er I go, I trust its power, God's healing power. Its love surrounds me, and this I know. I live in Spirit, I breathe in Spirit. It lives within me, and so I am a Spirit, I think a Spirit. Its life is my life, I know. God's life is my life, I know. God's life is my life, I know.
And so while we're still standing, I want us just not to miss out on this opportunity to glance around the room, allow your eyes simply to settle wherever they might, as we just acknowledge what we know to be true about each other, that each person is unique and divine in his love. Let's take this moment just to honor our humanity and say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, all right, you may be seated. Here at the Center of Peace, we are an open and affirming community. All are welcome here at the Center of Peace. And if this is your first time here at the Center of Peace, joining us as we celebrate life and celebrate love, we'd love to be able to welcome you into our space, into our home. So please, I don't think I see any new faces today. All right. Well, let us just allow the love to flow through us as we extend our hands one to another as we say, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
To this good day.
To this good day.
To this God day.
To this God day.
To this day that is so full of love.
To this day that is so full of love.
And possibilities.
And possibilities.
Welcome to the Center of Peace.
Welcome to the Center of Peace.
Yeah, all right. I think with that, we are ready for announcements. Oh, okay.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. I'm Ayenda. I'm the what? Okay. I'm the vice president of the board, and I do the marketing here at TCP. And I'm here to do the announcements. Yay, thank you. Okay, we're going to start with Rev.
All right, since I'm up here. First thing is we are having a grief counseling support group. It's happening February the 11th here at the Center of Peace. All are welcome to participate. I'm going to be participating. I think would be good, a good thing for the congregation to engage in. We've had lots of loss and transition. And so all you need to do is RSVP. Again, that's February the 11th at 1 p.m. here at the Center of Peace. Also, we have 2 open board positions here at the Center of Peace. It is there's a nominating council who goes out and searches for people to run for the open board positions. And you can submit your name if you are interested in serving on the board. It is a 2-year deal. You sign up for 2 years. And serving on the board means you, along with those who are serving on the board, gets to make decisions about the Center of Peace and how we move forward and what we do. And so if you are someone who has a lot of ideas or if you want to see us do something a little different, the way to do that is to get on the board. Okay. You have until January the 31st to submit your name along with the bio. A couple people have submitted their names. I should say this, there are some requirements. You have to be a member, and you have to be a member in good standing for at least a year, okay? And then there's some other things. So if you're interested or you got questions, you can email us at info@thecenterofpeace.org, and somebody get back to you and answer your questions. All right, also, we will be voting on our budget February the 18th. The budget has been sent out and is being sent out every week. We want you to take a look at it and get back to us with any questions that you may have about the budget for the year of 2024. The board has already voted on the budget, and now the members vote on the budget, and then we move forward with it. Also, which is not on here, we will be having our annual meeting March 10th. All are welcome to participate. We want you all to come out and be with us on March 10th. All right, I think I'm done.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Rev. Okay, and next up is Trisha Grady, completing the circle.
Good morning again. So, many of you know the center has care circles. The goal of the care circles is to care for all of us. And one that I'm involved with is completing the circle. And the completing the circle is how the Center of Peace gets feedback from the congregation on how the different ministries are doing. So the members of that group are Reverend Twana, Barb Jones, Suzanne Robinson, Cynthia Banks, Carolyn Hoke, and myself. So we meet once a month, the fourth Monday of each month. We may meet more often if there is, as we're preparing for these small circles where we get the feedback. So right now we're asking if anyone is interested in participating. We do have one open seat if anyone wants to participate in the planning of the small circles. And the small circles are the meetings that we have here or either online where we're actually asking questions and getting the feedback. So if you wanted to be a member of the care circle, you would participate in coming up with the questions for the small circles and also facilitating the small circles. And I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tricia. And then there's me. I have some announcements for Beyond the Four Walls. So, okay, the tickets for Alvin Ailey will be here sometime this week. So I'll start distributing them, giving them out next Sunday. Starting next Sunday, I believe it's March. Excuse me, I'm pushed this into March. February, I wrote it down. It's somewhere here looking at me. Next Sunday. Yeah, so thank you. Also, the Super Bowl party. Does anyone watch football in here? Anybody want to see the Super Bowl here? Okay, RSVP. Come on. You did. Yeah, I saw you. Did you RSVP yet? Okay, come on. Okay. We're going to have some fun. Also, coffee with Reverend Twana. So people are responding. There's some limited seats. There are already limited seats. We have about 3 or 4 left. Does anyone have any questions? You want to talk to Rev and have some coffee? Hang out with her for a little bit? Okay, you still have some time. Let me see. Oh, and we have Philadelphia. So we already locked down Alvin Ailey for February the 24th, but Philadelphia is coming on Friday, April 12th at 7:30 at the Perlman Theater. Tickets for that is $46, and they're on sale right now. So look out for our email. What is it? Our email, Get Involved, Stay Inspired. That comes out, and you can buy your tickets that way. Also, just to let you know, we accept cash, exact change. personal checks, and purchases through Breeze. There are no fees associated with your purchases on Breeze, okay? Just a FYI. And let me see. Oh, okay. So for additional information about our events, look on our next issue of Get Involved, Stay Inspired. Look, we have a bulletin board out here with the QR code. You can scan the QR code at our bulletin board. And for those watching online, we have images before and after service, so you can feel free to scan the QR code associated with that event. And lastly, you can also go to our website, www.thecenterofpeace.org/events. And that I am complete in reference to Beyond the Four Walls. And this is our house guidelines. Lastly, beverages, please have a lid on them. Please mindful not to leave your things behind. You can get on our mailing list by scanning the QR code that's behind their seats, or again, check out our website for more information. Or you can also go online and sign up for our newsletter at www.thecenterofpeace.org. You can like us, follow us, subscribe on all social media platforms. And practitioners are available after service and throughout the week for prayer and meditation. And I am complete. Thank you.
Good morning, my family. How's everybody feeling? And this beautiful liquid sunshine, isn't it wonderful? I like that too. You know, I'm the lady of love. Could we raise our hands up high? Oh, say I thank you for this day. Oh, I'm so grateful for this day. I am the light of love. Take a deep breath and put your hands over your heart. Say, I am love. I am peace. And for this, I am so grateful for being in this beautiful universe right here, right now. Just breathe and send yourself love and light. This song is written by Lou Doty. Had the pleasure of Will and I playing for Lou Doty. This is a song that he wrote. Say, I open up my heart to the universe. I open up my heart to the universe, accepting love, accepting love. I open up my heart to the universe, accepting love, accepting peace. So I'll pray a little longer, and I'll stay a little longer, till there's nothing left but God. I open up my heart to the universe, accepting love, accepting peace. I open up my heart to the universe, accepting love, accepting peace. So I'll pray a little longer, and we'll stay a little longer, till there's nothing left but God. I open up my heart to the universe, accepting love, accepting peace. I open up my heart to the universe, accepting love, accepting peace. So I'll pray a little longer, and we'll stay a little longer, till there's nothing left but God. I open up my heart, I open up my mind, I open and I raise them to the sky. I open up my heart, I open up my mind, I open up my arms, and I raise them to the sky. I open up my heart, I open up my mind, I open up my, and I raise them to the sky. I open up my heart, I open up my heart, oh, I open up my heart, oh, I open up my heart. Yeah. Peace. Thank you.
That was so beautiful. This must be a day for opening. Between the rose and the opening of my heart, I'm so grateful for this beautiful day to be here to share it with each one of you. And so I'm here for you to join me in the reading of the affirmation. And we're grateful for Dr. Hazel Spears for developing it for us and for selecting this reading. So why don't you all stand up and follow along with me? And I'm sure that this affirmation is on that QR code as well. So, I lovingly attend to all the small details of my everyday life. I lovingly attend to all the small details of my everyday life. I keep God's purpose. I keep God's purpose to love my fellow human as I love myself. To love my fellow human as I love myself. Thus I move closer and closer. Thus I move closer and closer to the realization of my oneness, in my consciousness and in my life. And so it is. You may be seated. The reading that was selected comes from The Care of the Soul by Thomas Moore, pages 3 and 4. The title, Honoring Symptoms as a Voice of the Soul. Once a week, people in the thousands show up for their regular appointments with a therapist. They bring problems they have talked about many times before, problems that cause them intense emotional pain and make their lives miserable. Depending on the kind of therapy employed, the problems will be analyzed, referred back to childhood and parents, or attributed to some key factor, such as the failure to express anger, alcohol in the family, or childhood abuse. Whatever the approach, the aim will be health or happiness achieved by the removal of these central problems. Care of the soul is a fundamentally different way of regarding daily life and the quest for happiness. The emphasis may not be on problems at all. One person might care for the soul by buying or renting a good piece of land. Another by selecting an appropriate school or program of study. Another by painting his house or his bedroom. Care of the soul is a continuous process that concerns itself not so much with fixing a central flaw as with attending to the small details of everyday life, as well as to major decisions and changes. Care of the soul may not focus on the personality or on relationships at all, and therefore it is not psychological in the usual sense. Tending the things around us and becoming sensitive to the importance of home, daily schedule, and maybe even the clothes we wear are ways of caring for the soul. When Marsilio Ficini wrote his self-help book, The Book of Life, 500 years ago, he placed emphasis on carefully choosing colors, spices, oils, places to walk, countries to visit, all very concrete decisions of everyday life that day by day either support or disturb the soul. We think of the psyche, if we think about it at all, as a cousin to the brain and therefore something essentially internal. But ancient psychologists taught that our own souls are inseparable from the world's soul, and that both are found in all the many things that make up nature and culture. So the first point to make about care of the soul is that it is not primarily a method of problem solving. Its goal is not to make life problem-free, but to give ordinary life the depth and value that come with soulfulness. In a way, it is much more of a challenge than psychotherapy because it has to do with cultivating a richly expressive and meaningful life at home and in society. It is also a challenge because it requires imagination from each one of us. In therapy, we lay our problems at the feet of a professional who is supposedly trained to help us solve them or to solve them for us. In care of the soul, we ourselves have both the task and the pleasure of organizing and shaping our lives for the good of the soul. And so it is.
Is God good? I got up this morning singing, and I want you to say, God is so good. I got up this morning singing. Oh. You know what? If I had known Janet was coming, she could have been playing with me because my drummer couldn't come today. Come on, help me out. Hey! Y'all feeling good? Oh, raise it on up. We are lights of the world. Thank you, universe, for touching us this day. Yeah. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Well, feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. You know, feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. My God is so good to me. Woo. Well, in my time of trial, God is so good. In my time of trial, God is so good. You know, in my time of trial, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Oh, when my day is over, God is so good. When my day is over, you know, when my day is over, hey, my God is so good to me. Come on, Will, come on, play a little bit. every day and every way. Hey, every day and every way. Ah, every day and every way. My God is so good to me. I said when I take the time to praise the Spirit. Hey, when I take the time to praise that Spirit. Oh, when I take the time to praise the Spirit. Hey, my God is so good to me. I said, my God is so good to. Oh, 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 oh. My God is good to all of us. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Reverend T, for touching us this day with a beautiful word. Woo.
Can we give Marcy and Will another round of applause? Yeah. Oh, thank you. It took me back to my childhood days, you know what I'm saying? My God. At the family church, all 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? Some days, you know, somebody sitting out there, they just started singing when it was time for a song. And it always seemed like everybody they knew too. I was amazed by it. Oh, wow, okay. Thank you. New year, new theme, oneness, a day at a time, a day at a time. The spiritual principles, we always like to, or I always like to get started with the message with a few spiritual principles known as What We Believe, written by Ernest Holmes. You can get a copy of the spiritual principles. What we've done with the spiritual principles, or a group of people did, is they added some additional meaning to the principles. And so if you download, if you get our newsletter, Get Inspired, Get Involved, Stay Inspired, you can download the copy that I have. So it has some more words and all that. So this morning we are working with spiritual principle number 1. We believe in God, the living spirit, almighty one, indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. We believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. It is the logical and necessary outcome of the infinite self-knowingness of God. Simply, everything is God. Spiritual principle number 7. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuitive and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a revealer of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. We believe that I am one with God. There is no intermediary. It's direct line. Spiritual principle number 8. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct impress of our thought and acts upon it. We believe that nothing happens to me. It either happens by me, through me, or as me, as a result of my own thinking. And finally, spiritual principle number 5. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete freedom from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be attained by all. Simply, we believe that I cannot change the world. I can only change myself. And yet, I can be an inspiration to others. That truly peace begins with me. That's what we believe. So, many of you know I am a Reverend Ike fan. And Reverend Ike, who some of you know, was the only, or as far as I know anyway, was one of the only black men who was teaching metaphysics, right? So if we think 30, 40, 50 years ago, really there were no women in the pulpit. So he was the only one teaching metaphysics, which was so completely different from what everybody else was preaching and teaching. And with his wide recognition, he faced a lot of objection, he faced a lot of rejection, and yet he was just so unapologetic and clear in his preaching and in his teaching. You know, he was on Oprah, if you remember, Phil Donahue, like, you know, everybody interviewed him. And so, you know, I think the kids today would say he's a real one. You know what I mean? He's that. And so I remember, and now there are lots of his videos live on YouTube. And so you can have an opportunity to experience him. He has books and all this. But I remember hearing him say in one of his video recordings, he said, the most important thing in the world, when he said that, it drew me in. The most important thing in the world is what you believe about yourself. The most important thing is what you believe about yourself. And Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of religious science, also known as United Centers for Spiritual Living and International Centers for Spiritual Living, that is now Centers for Spiritual Living. Ernest Holmes, who also wrote the Science of Mind textbook that we, those of us who are part of Centers for Spiritual Living, primarily have a focus on. There are many, many texts and books and things that people draw from and pull from, but they're all metaphysical teachings. And in this book, he has compiled things from different religions, science, and philosophy, and he's, kind of compiled it, found what was central and similar in all of it, and put it in the book. Okay. I'm saying all that because some people don't know all that, okay? All right. So he also has lots of videos on YouTube, and you can see and hear Ernest Holmes in his own voice. And he is famous for saying there is a power for good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. A power for good in the universe proclaiming its availability to all. A power for good in the universe. Meaning it's available to you and it's available to me. And so the question then becomes is, do you believe that you are an intelligent being with the power to change your conditions and your circumstances? The most important thing is what you believe about yourself. Do you believe that you have the power to change your conditions and to change your circumstances? Not just that you can do something to change something. You might have that belief. But do you have the belief that you are something that can change something? That's two different things. Two different things. Do you believe that you are an intelligent being with the power to change your conditions and your circumstances? Especially, as Howard Thurman would say, when you have your back up against the wall. Do you believe it? Do you believe you have the power to? When there are no seemingly options available, who do you believe that you are? Well, this is of great, great, great importance to us. Those of us who are practicing metaphysicians, those of us who are practitioners. It is of great importance because at some point in time, or I can just say every day, the option or the choice that is available to us is this. And we have to choose. We can feel sorry for ourselves, or we can believe in our power. Feel sorry for yourself, or come to believe that you are an intelligent and powerful individual. That's the choice. So, if you believe that you are powerful, then there is a way for us to consciously, intentionally, and conscientiously to change our conditions, right? We're not just doing this with our eyes closed. We're not just throwing darts in the dark. We're changing our conditions consciously and intentionally. Let me say this, though. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Joe Dispenza, who has done research, he's a scientist, he's done research about how all of this stuff kind of works on the inside, and has proof that when we change our thinking and change our feelings, we can change our conditions. He says this about change. He says that the hardest thing about change is not making the same choices that you did yesterday. Not making the same choices that you did yesterday. And that he also says we're going to have to become someone new in order to be able to make a new choice, to think a new thought, and to feel a new feeling. So that means you're going to have to become someone other or someone greater than your current conditions, or think greater than your current conditions and your current circumstances. Because it's not simply enough to announce that you've become someone new. It's not enough to say that I'm not who I used to be. That's not enough. You got to become someone new, meaning we've got to act. There's some action on our part. There's something that we've got to do. And in this, then, ours is to become more and more aware of what we are feeling and what we are thinking. We all know this now. To become aware of whether or not we are engaged in the act of remembering or if we're engaged in the act of creating. We are doing this whether we are picking out our clothes, deciding on what food to eat, or something greater. You have to be aware. So if we find that what we are feeling and thinking doesn't align with what we are saying that we want to experience, then we've got to think a new thought and feel a new feeling. We've got to let go of our old thought and our old thinking. And if you're not sure or not willing to let go of your old thought and your old thinking, you at least have to be willing to set it aside long enough for a new thought and a new feeling to enter in. And we do this until conditions change. Until there's a change. We do this until we get the house. We do this until we get the job. We do this until we are experiencing love, until we are experiencing peace, until we are experiencing joy. This is our work. In the Science of Mind textbook on page 54, in the foundational teachings, let me get my pages right, yep. Ernest Holmes wrote in the section, How to Use It, he says this. He says, the practice of the science of mind calls for a positive understanding of the spirit of truth, a willingness to let this inner spirit guide us with the conscious knowledge that, quote, the law of the Lord is perfect. And we, end quote, and we must believe this to be a fact. And so far as our thought is in accord with this perfect law, it will accomplish and nothing can hinder it. Heaven and the earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. That's found in Matthew 24:35. Said the beautiful Jesus as he strove to teach his disciples the immutability of the law of righteousness. And then on page 59, Ernest Holmes says, a practitioner consciously removes the apparent obstructions and leaves the field open to a new influx of spirit. He resolves things into thoughts, dissolves the negative appearance in condition by recognizing only perfection. The practitioner must know and must state that there are no obstacles in the pathway of truth. He must know that his word, being the activity of the truth, removes all obstructions from the pathway in his life or for another, for the one whom he is working for. So, as we come to think a new thought and feel a new feeling, we have to know that that there's power in that, and that there is intelligence and power in us to be able to do that. So, we do this, as I said, until we are starting to experience the good. This good that we've been talking about. Until there is an experience, we do it. And we call this good that we are experiencing, we call it heaven. We call it heaven. And our theme for the month of January is one step at a time to heaven. Right? And so we've been using the book, The Foundational Teachings of the Science of Mind, to help us identify the steps to heaven, to help us in deciding how we're going to live our lives. Are we going to live our lives feeling sorry for ourselves, or are we going to live our lives believing in the power that is within us? Are we going to live our lives feeling sorry for others, or are we going to live our lives believing in the power that is within us? That is what is before us. And so we've been focused on the foundational teachings to help us with creating the blueprint, how to do this. And so we said step 1 is trust. Step 2, believe. Step 3, receive. We've got to trust that God, that the universe, that the thing itself, that this infinite intelligence, that love, we got to trust that it is. We've got to trust that it is what it is, that it is law, that it is powerful, that it is creative. And we've got to trust that we are what it is, that we are powerful, and that we are creative. We've got to believe, it informs what we believe about ourselves, which we know is the most important thing. And we have to believe that we partake of its nature. We have to believe that the good that is available to me. This good is available to you. We've got to believe that life is for us and not against us. We've got to believe that everything is working together for my good, in spite of what's happening out there. Reverend Ike said it doesn't matter what's happening out there. What matters is what's happening in here. It doesn't matter. And so, the only way then to come to change what you believe is to receive a new idea. The problem is that most people don't want to receive a new idea, meaning most people don't want to change. What we want to do is we want to change them and everybody else but ourselves. The only thing that God in the universe gives, imparts, and tells is an idea. That's it. That's it. And it's not that the ideas are being created. The ideas already exist. When we say there are infinite possibilities, they already exist. And so ours is to take it, to receive it, to believe it, to understand it. So last week we realized and said that the only way really then to really receive a new idea is to feel it. Feel it first. Because feeling opens us up. And the only idea truly that anybody can manifest is the idea that lives inside of you. So you've got to feel it. It's like this. It's taking a moment, a minute, an opportunity to feel what it would feel like in your life if all of your needs was met. If your relationships were harmonious, to feel what it would feel like, to feel whole and complete. What would it feel like if you were in the right career, the perfect opportunity for you to express and to support yourself in life? What would it feel like if your finances was in a place where you wanted it to be? You got to feel it. What would it feel like? You know, as I said, you got to fool yourself up on the feelings. You got to fill yourself up on the feelings. And the act of filling yourself up on the feeling is being engaged in the act of choosing. So you got to choose it. When you think about it, when you feel it, you're choosing it. Step 4, choose. 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 Step 1, trust. Step 2, believe. Step 1, trust. Step 2, believe. Step 3, receive. Step 4, choose. We do this choosing over and over and over and over again. It's the self-care that Barbara read about this morning and everything else. But we do it over and over and over again. You can consciously choose or you can choose unconsciously. But it is what we are doing. It is a matter of deciding how you're going to live your life. And taking the time out to decide how you're going to live your life, it is a matter of calling back a sense of self-worth. That's how we become worthy. Through choosing, through consciously choosing. Because here's the thing, chance is not sufficient. You have to choose it. As a matter of fact, this is a side note, right? So, when I'm not here, when I'm long gone, and y'all be like, oh, remember what Reverend Twana used to say? Wherever you say, I want you to say, this was her word, this was her thing. Chance is not sufficient. Chance is not sufficient. Y'all got it? Chance is not sufficient. You have to choose. You have to choose. Ernest Holmes, in the Science of Mind textbook in part 4 of the foundational teachings, he says there's way too much theory and not enough practice. Whole lot of talking about it, not too much walking the walk, Will. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of time in the head and not enough time in the heart. A whole lot of time telling people what you know and what they should do while you not. A whole lot of time spending in judgment. A whole lot of time being petty. And not enough practice. Ain't making no choices. Real comfortable telling somebody else how to live their life. And not enough time believing in what you are and who you are. The most important thing in the world is what you believe about yourself. Are you powerful enough when your back is up against the wall to choose? To choose. Two things in this. You have to be aware of the times when you've given your power over to another, consciously or unconsciously. You didn't make the choice. They made the choice for you. You got to be conscious of that. We have to be conscious of where we're spending our time and the people we're spending our time with. And you are full on the feeling, and you go and be around somebody, they talking about everything bad. Did you hear about the shooting? Did you hear about the people who just stole the packages? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? You do. I'm sorry. It's not going to be easy. You do. That's why people don't want to choose. But see, I'm here today, as Reverend Ike was 50 years ago, to make you aware. Because when you're aware, it's easy. It's easy to go back, but it's not easy to forget. It's in you. You're aware. You got to be aware of how you're spending your time and who you're spending your time with. Second point, if you want something to change in your life, you have to name it. You have to call it forward. You have to call it forward. You got to name it. Peace. Whatever it is. If you want the red car, say, I want the red car. You have to name it. The thing with naming it is then you feel it. Because we all associate what we name with a feeling. And some of us don't want to feel. So we want to choose. But you should tell your neighbor you can't skip the steps. You can't skip the steps. Step one is step one, step two is step two, step three is step three, and step four is step four. And you start over. You can't skip the steps. The other thing is, in choosing, in deciding what, you have to let go of worrying about how. You have to stop worrying about how. Just keep choosing. Don't worry about the how. Just keep choosing. Let go of the theory and practice. The practice is choose. 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 Feel sorry for yourself or believe in yourself. Choose. Choose. Inaction or action. Choose. Choose. What's probable and familiar and subject to change? Or choose what's possible and unknown but is always the same. Choose. Choose. Choose to stay the same or choose to change? Choose. Make a choice. Choose chaos and confusion or harmony and order. Choose. Choose. Choose to pretend that it's over or do the work so you can get over. Choose. Choose. Now that you got what you want, but don't want what you got, choose to change them or choose to change you. Choose. Change it and chance it, or change you and choose it. Choose. Choose. Choose to take and to never give, or choose to give and be open to receive. Choose. Choose. Choose to blame or choose to take responsibility. That's it. Choose. Choose. Choose to beat yourself up or choose to forgive yourself. Choose. 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 Choose lack and limitation or choose abundance. Choose. Choose. Choose to stay the same or choose to change. Choose. Choose to feel sorry for yourself or to believe in yourself. Choose. Let's practice. And here's how we're going to practice. First of all, we're going to take a few seconds just to get ourselves anchored in feeling and filling ourselves up with the feeling. And how we're going to do that, I want you to just start to think of one or two things that you're grateful for. Be grateful in this moment. Everybody, online, in the building, take a moment just to be grateful. Find something to be grateful for. You're breathing, be grateful. You can hear, be grateful. You can see, be grateful. You woke up this morning, be grateful. Whatever. Now that we are full of the feeling, allow something to come to mind for you in whatever area of your life where you are being called to choose. Is it with your health? Is it in your relationships? Is it in your career? Is it in your finances? We are all called to choose. Get clear just about one thing, around one thing. Get clear about what your choice is. And choose. Choose. Choose to feel sorry for yourself or choose to believe in your power. Choose. As we bring our attention back, let me assure you that in making the choice, that what follows our choice is a deep, deep sense of expectancy. What follows our choice then is a letting go of any anxiety. What fills us up then is a deep conviction. What's happening is that the law then is activated and is acting on your behalf. And simply, all you need do is affirm that everything is working for my good. Life is good. Everything is for me and nothing is against me. That's how you use it. It's the work and it's the way. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. Practitioners, if you would, simply just join me as we move into prayer. Simply today, let our prayer be thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm aware. Thank you. I trust. Thank you. I believe. Thank you. I'm open and available to a new idea, a new thought, and a new feeling. Thank you. No longer feeling sorry for myself. Believing in myself. Believing that I am what it is. This power that is available for me. Is available for you. To choose consciously and intentionally. Thank you. I'm aware. Thank you. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Yes. Yes. So as the practitioners take their seats, we're going to move forward in our service. As I ask our ushers to come forward today, as we move into a time of sharing and giving to the center, I ask that you all just take out your tithes, your offerings, and your gifts as we prepare ourselves to move into a moment of prayer. We just acknowledge those who've already given online through Breeze and through our and on our website, PayPal, and all that. We bring it all into the storehouse. As we turn within, join me in knowing truly, truly, truly that we are ever one, immersed in the eternal givingness of life itself. As it gives, it is ours to take. As it imparts, it is ours to receive. As it tells, it is ours to understand. It is from that place, then, that we come today, choosing to give from our hearts that which feels right for each one of us, knowing that that collectively it all comes together and it moves the center of peace forward, and becoming more and more of who we really and truly are. And nevertheless, it moves us forward and creating a safe and sacred space for anybody and everybody who is ready to choose, for anybody and everybody who is ready to stop feeling sorry for themselves, for any and everybody who knows what they believe about themselves. I know that as we are blessed, that the giver too is blessed 1,000,000 times fold. Simply, it can be no other way. So for every cent that we receive, I give thanks. Oh, truly, truly, I do give thanks. And so it is.
When you give, when you receive, when you give, know that God is all there is. So who's giving what to whom? When we give, who's giving what to whom? When we receive, who's giving what to whom? When we give, know that God is all there is. So who's giving what to whom? Trusting in the law of circulation, knowing that it is as we believe. At the level of our faith, we release and make it so. At the level of our giving, we receive. Oh, when we give, who's giving what to whom? When we receive, who's giving what to whom? When we give, know that God is all there is. So who's giving what? Who's giving what? Who's giving what to whom?
And so it is. So it is. Yes. All right. Let's stand as we prepare ourselves then to sing our closing song, our release. I don't know. I don't see too many choir members here today, so I guess it's on you, Marcy, and anybody else who's joining in the leading of the singing of our closing song. Oh, okay, here we go. A few choir members in the house. Sunny and Zuma, yeah. I want to remind you that our practitioners are available for prayer after service. They have on the purple stoves. If you're online and you're desiring prayer, you can go to our website, thecenterofpeace.org, find our practitioners there. I was here, today was a day of awareness. And you might need prayer as you choose. I need prayer as I choose. Yes. All right. Al, we're ready.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you're discouraged, wanting just to make it another day, you have got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. Everybody, come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more struggle. No more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, and no more strife. With my faith, I see I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only for God.
Yeah. And so as we journey on throughout our week, don't be skipping steps. Step 1, trust. Step 2, believe. Step 3, receive. Step 4, choose. And so it is. So it is.
I am light, I am love. Heaven is within me. My spirit is eternal. I am infinite. within. To find your answers, go inside. Yeah. Unlike what you've been told, it's there you can expand your mind, your mind, your mind, to all of the possibilities, even travel through the galaxies. Whoa, whoa. I am light, I am love. Heaven is within me. My spirit is eternal. I am infinite. I am light, I am love. The galaxy around me is also within me. In my universe, deep down in your soul, you can reach your highest high. You can soar as high as an eagle, even break through space and time. Yeah, all the possibilities, where you can finally be free. I am light, I am love. Heaven is within me. My spirit is eternal. I am infinite. I am light, I am love. The galaxy around me is also within me. In my universe, I am light, I am love. Heaven is within me. My spirit is eternal. I am infinite. I am light, I am love. The galaxy around me is also within me. In my